Hello, this is Julian with Coffee Reviews, and today we'll be doing another two-part unboxing blind taste test rankings video. Now what we have here is a taster sample pack from The Right Roast, which is a European subscription service that I've been keeping my eye on, as they previously offered some coffee roasters that are currently on our viewer subscriber recommendation suggestion list. So when they do have those coffee roasters, I'm going to do my best to purchase those coffees and finally get an opportunity to review them. But it was their February month that definitely caught my eye, as there are 3 coffee roasters that have previously featured on this channel before. All 3 are coffee roasters that I wanted to re-review at some point. So this is a perfect opportunity for me to re-review those 3 coffee roasters, and there's also a 4th one that has never featured before on this channel. So I'm pretty eager and excited to kind of compare and contrast these 4 different honey processed coffees. I'm excited. Let's go ahead and open this box and see what the coffees are, as obviously I don't exactly remember what the coffees included in this box are, but we will find out together. And this is my first time ever purchasing from The Right Roast, so I guess we will see what the unboxing itself looks like. Okay, wow, this is actually quite impressive. So you've got quite a bit in here, and this is their little guide to it. Coffee Club Edition, honey processed, live cupping, February 19th. Has it passed by yet? This is really cool. They have a description of the different processing methods. I'm actually kind of impressed. This is a lot more than I get with some other things, but this is pretty cool. Enjoy your coffee, The Right Roast, join the coffee club, and we even have a little charting tasting card right here. This is cool too. Wow, I'm actually quite impressed. This is much cooler than I was expecting. All right, let's go through the coffees here. So number 1, we'll actually go in order of how they're listed on here, which is Damateo, based out of Gothenburg, Sweden. So these are just a sample pack, so they're, how many grams? There isn't too much coffee in here, but Damateo, they featured in the first ever Cafe Box Advent Calendar review series that we did, and I actually really liked Damateo's coffees. They were one of my favorite Scandinavian Nordic coffee roasters in that entire series, so I've been wanting to re-review some more of their coffees sometime soon. I've been keeping an eye on their website since the first time I tried their coffee, so definitely excited about that. This is a Costa Rica. It's a white honey processed Costa Rica. It will stand. Cool. All right. Number 2, we have Farmhand. This is the one I've never tried before, and they're based out of Dublin, Ireland, and this is also a Costa Rica. It's a yellow honey processed Costa Rica. So it's kind of neat right there too. And number 3, we have Red Bank, which is based out of, well, they're saying they're based out of Kendal, United Kingdom. So whatever I said in the first review, I guess it's different, but this is a red honey processed Mexico. Oh, this one was the one that I was most interested in. It's also a geisha variety. This is a very interesting sounding coffee. But yeah, this sounds maybe a little bit more my profile cup of coffee than the one we had previously reviewed. That's pretty cool. All right. And last, we have Nomad, the return of Nomad, which has featured a lot recently on this channel, and they're based out of Barcelona, Spain. And this is a hybrid mix in terms of the variety, and it is a black honey processed El Salvador. So this one probably, again, with Nomad, the least my profile, but it will be interesting. At least we'll get to try a different processing method for a Nomad coffee. So those are the 4 coffees we have. That's pretty cool. I'm quite impressed with the little taster sets that I got for this. So I'm going to go ahead and brew these coffees. We'll be right back. And we're back. The coffees have been brewed. So as a reminder to anybody that has not seen one of our previous blind taste test rankings videos, the way that these work is we have 4 cups of coffee over here. We have 4 bags of coffee over here. And we're trying to identify which of these cups is which of these bags based off of taste alone. Then we're going to be ranking them in order of our least favorites to our most favorite. And this is, of course, part of the Right Roast's February box set. So yeah, it'll be very interesting. While brewing these coffees, it hit me that these are all Central American coffees as well. So yeah, this will be tricky. Let's go ahead and move these out of the way so we can start shuffling some coffees. And of course, none of these cups are labeled anywhere except for on the bottom. We just like to shuffle them around for good measure, and it also gives us an opportunity to discuss what we do have on our hands. And as mentioned, for Central American coffees from 4 coffee roasters that I don't have too much familiarity with. Who do I have the most familiarity with? Probably Nomad, because I did 2 full bags of them, but have had just a couple of cups from Damateo before, and 1 bag of Red Bank. Never tried Farmhand before. The only big notes I could kind of take away from when I was brewing these coffees was it felt like maybe the Red Bank just smelled the most developed, and the Farmhand had the nicest aroma to the brew itself. So those are maybe the only hints I have, but I think maybe the Costa Ricans might. I haven't liked Costa Ricans too much recently, so they may be the most boozy fermenty. I really don't know what to expect, but we're going to start with this cup right here, right now. Cup number 1. Okay, this is actually really nice. It's got a very sweet fruit to it. It's a little bit of a, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me ever so slightly of that Luna coffee that I had the blue raspberry, the early stages of it. Kind of like a very sweet sort of melon flavor to it. That's nice. I really like that cup of coffee. I'm gonna put that right there for right now. And cup number 2. And this tastes like a Costa Rica. This has to be one of the Costa Rican coffees. It's not bad though. It's kind of clean, especially for it being a Costa Rican coffee. It's not overly fermenty. It's got a little bit of red fruit to it, and that's why I'm wondering, it's got to be one of the Costa Ricans. That's probably going to be the easiest way I can narrow any of these down. It's just based off of familiarity with Costa Ricans. So I still like that first cup more. So we'll go with cup number 3. And this one, I'm pretty sure it's a Nomad. And given my limited familiarity with Nomad, it tastes a little chocolatey, but it's got that, Nomad had this kind of subtle flavor underneath. I don't even know how I would describe it. I'm pretty sure this is a Nomad coffee. And as of right now, it's my least favorite of these 3 coffees. This one's still my favorite by a distance, but here we go, cup number 4. This one's a little tricky. It's kind of tame. I'm not entirely sure what this might be. What do we have on the table? We have a Mexico, 2 Costa Ricas, and the El Salvador. And I'm guessing that's the El Salvador because it's the Nomad coffee, but it's in my guess anyway. It's a little citric, interestingly. I don't know what that might lend itself to. All right, I think this is the way I'm ranking them for right now. And I'm gonna guess that that's Nomad coffee. Just kind of chocolate forward, and let's see here what we might be guessing on these ones. So this one right here, I really liked this one. I like this one a lot. It doesn't really taste like a Costa Rica, so I imagine that it's probably going to be the Mexico, which would make sense. It's a geisha. It's the coffee I was most interested in. So we'll guess that's the Red Bank coffee. And by process of elimination, these should be the 2 Costa Ricans, and if they are, and I get them switched, I do not mind at all. This one's really balanced. I have some really positive things to say about that in that sense, as it doesn't necessarily have any sort of strong, specific, direct direction with this cup of coffee. A little citric, but at the same time, I really like the balance in that cup of coffee. I might be moving it up. Let me try this one more time. This one is, as mentioned, kind of got that red fruit. Maybe a slight bit floral to it. A little spice. But it's pretty clean. I can tell that it is bordering on that kind of red fruit dominant characteristic that a lot of these Costa Ricans I've had this year have had. I think just because of how much more flavor this one has, I'm going to leave that one right there. And it's basically a coin flip. I'm going to guess, based off previous experience with liking Damateo, and I'm going to guess that this might be the Farmhand. Actually, I'll move these behind. So you saw where they all are, and this way we can do a reveal, and let's see how we did. So this one right here I said was the Nomad coffee. So at the bottom it should say N for Nomad. And it is. That's rough. Nomad has not necessarily performed well in these videos, but it reminded me of previous Nomad coffees. I guess Nomad just kind of has a consistent kind of background taste to it. So that's the Nomad coffee. I'm pretty sure that this one's a Costa Rica, so this one probably is going to be the other Costa Rica. What'd I say, the Farmhand? Coin flip. If it's the Damateo, I don't mind. Oh, it's the Farmhand. All right, I'm 100% confident in the rest now. That's awesome. I'm curious to see if I might be able to get something a little bit more direct from this coffee afterwards, but it does have a most notably kind of clean, balanced base. I feel like it's cleaner than this one. However, this one just has more flavor, and it has this very kind of spice, floral flavor. I didn't look at the flavor notes for any of these coffees, so I really have no idea. I was trying to make this as difficult as possible, but I'm 100% sure that this is a Costa Rica. So this one right here should say DM for Damateo, and it is. It tastes like a Costa Rica. This one didn't necessarily taste like a Costa Rica, and I think that's why I'm so impressed with it, because it didn't have those really strong Costa Rican characteristics. So that means that our winner is the Red Bank coffee, which is that Mexican geisha. Wow. That coffee caught my eye and interest from the moment I saw it. I've never had a Mexican geisha before that I can recall, especially a honey processed one. I'm very curious and excited to review that coffee now specifically. Red Bank did really well with that one. But surprisingly 4 for 4, I'm genuinely surprised that I was able to do this given how limited familiarity I have with these and how just tricky this entire thing was, but not bad. Of course, there's going to be a review for each and every one of these coffees coming up within the next few weeks. Looking forward to seeing how they might change and develop, but obviously they're 50 gram bags. I looked that up, 50 grams, so they're very small bags, and we'll get 4 cups out of each of them, and hopefully I'll be able to give you a pretty good representation of what I'm experiencing from these 4 cups of coffee. But I'm going to leave this unboxing blind taste test rankings video at that. If you are enjoying the content, especially these ones, mention as always they're the most difficult, they take the most time to make, but they are by far the most fun videos to do, then give the video a like. I would really appreciate that. If you're new around here, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And this right here has been an unboxing blind taste test rankings video featuring the Right Roasts February coffee box. Thank you for watching.